regret nothing. Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast.
What up? I Regret podcast. Actually, number 23 this time. I think I misspoke last week. I think I wrote the wrong number down. But we're getting dangerously close to number 25, which is pretty pathetic because I started this shit in 2016. I'm going to keep ripping myself for that. But luckily, I've got this like fresh, I've got a fresh box of new employees that like to talk. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
There they are. This week, it's going to be an all-American, not all-Jewish episode. Only 66%. I put not Jew question mark for Kelsey because I don't know for a fact, but I assume she's not Jewish.
Yes, you would be correct.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We told those Canadians to get fucked because, you know, that's just the way it is. No, actually, they're both on the 3D modeling team, and we are in a heavy period of modeling needs. So they're off. I've promoted Yaf to come back. Now I have found out that I'm the only one on this episode without my septum pierced.
Yep.
So that's
what
a
a
thing.
nerd.
So
Been
that's
on
a
it.
thing. Well, I was telling him I used to have my labret pierced, and I had my tongue pierced, and I had my ding pierced. But nowadays I wear none of them. I just pee out of 2 holes forever.
Can you tell us a story about that?
That's fun.
About what?
About getting your thing pierced?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
So that was like 2006 or 5. One day I was just like, I'm going to do some weird shit. And I decided to get a Brazilian wax, which broke out into a whole other story of me ending up dating the girl that waxed me. And then I was like, I'm going to go get my cock pierced. And it didn't hurt that bad to get done, but my dick has never been smaller than when it was about to happen. It knew. It knew what was coming, and it was just like, just shrunk all the way in, like literal fear shrinkage. And my buddy Ben came to be my support, and it bled everywhere. They put these like paper towels down around your leg, and he goes through. And the skin that they pierce for Prince Albert is like thinner than your eyelid. It's like really, really, really thin skin. But for whatever reason, it bled everywhere. And I don't know. I wore it for like 10 years. You know, it was always a good story. It was always.
Why'd you get rid of it?
Never got comfortable. It was like I could always tell it was there, and it wasn't. I don't know. Like my tongue piercing, you just kind of forget about it. My labret piercing, while it was fine, it was eating away at my gum line below my teeth, and my dentist told me he was going to have to graft my gums if I didn't take it out.
Oof.
But the Prince Albert just never got comfortable. It just was a weight on the tip of my Chris Evans dick. So eventually I took it out after 10 years. But, you know, it was like always one of those good conversation starters. You know, like somebody at the table would be like, and Mike's got his dick pierced. And they'd be like, oh, let me see. And I'm like, of course. But if we were at like a nice dinner, I would just have to, you know, show them on my phone. But it was a good excuse to be a pervert, I guess.
Yeah, at a nice dinner, you just look at pictures.
Right. At a shitty dinner, I just jump on the table.
Yeah.
Somebody said they can smell this live stream. I think that what they're saying is you two look like you smell.
I mean, it's the dreadlocks.
The dreadlocks. Yaffe's fucking dirty, dirty ginger mustache. And then my gray beard. We are a hairy bunch here, friends. It's like we're all Jews.
Except me.
Almost.
I ruined it.
You know, if you just would, you know, convert.
Just go
it's not that
convert
big of a
real
deal.
quick.
Yeah, so I was going to talk about this later, but it's written right on the screen for people that are watching right now. But I woke up yesterday morning to a DM on Reddit from a moderator in R Jewish. Now, mind you, I don't think I'm subbed to R Jewish. I mean, I know I was at some point in life, but I haven't posted on there in like maybe 5+ years. And the message said, "You have been permanently banned from R Jewish." And it like gave me a little breakdown of what I can and can't do anymore, but it didn't tell me what I did. So I wanted to investigate a little bit more, and I wrote back and I said, "Could you please tell me what I did to be banned from the tribe's official subreddit?" I guess. And they said it was a wildly inappropriate comment on a circumcision thread from many years ago. I don't know. What could I have said? I'm
Do
guessing.
they have people going through posts from years ago just looking to ban people?
And then somebody, clicked the report button, and then I'm guessing it was probably that I said I wanted a wallet made out of baby foreskins.
God.
Because that's something that I say all the time. And it probably didn't go well.
Your catchphrase.
But I don't know if that's what got me banned. It could be one of many things that got me banned. I don't know.
Doesn't the fact that you're also on a list of like white supremacists, like people who white supremacists hate, like wouldn't that cancel that out?
I should send them back a link to the white supremacy forum that's like, listen, you might be trying to cancel me from Judaism, but I'm uncancelable, okay?
Even if you wanted to.
These white nationalists or play Nazis, whatever you want to call them, the Al-Qaedas, I don't know what they are. They have decided that I am a Jewish billionaire making money off of the back of white kids everywhere.
Poisoning their minds.
Because I'm not white, guys. I'm not white.
No.
That's what I'm a Jew, so I'm not white I don't know. Somehow that became the reality of the situation.
When did Jewish become a race?
I mean, long time ago.
Around the time
of, I don't know, the pyramids. We haven't been liked for a long time. We're only 2% of the population. You may think you know a lot of Jews, but we're just not. We're 66% of this podcast, but we're 2% of the population. So
we're overrepresented in media.
Checkmate, white nationalists. We do run the media, as you can see by us running this very popular podcast, the I Regret Nothing podcast for Running with Scissors. We are the only 2 Jews in the company, but we don't have 100 employees. So we are oversampled at about, let's see, we have 30... we're about 6%. 6% of the company's a little more, 6.5%. We're taking over.
66% of the podcast, and then another 6% of the company.
Fuck, man.
It's
you know
fine.
what? I'm gonna start affirmative actioning Jewish developers, and I'm only going to consider them if they get a 23andMe test done, and it shows they have a little of Ashkenazi or Sephardi Jews.
They need to do a Haftarah as part of the application process.
Could you imagine how that would go on that white supremacy forum?
They would love it.
They would love it.
Have a reason to talk again.
Someone wants to know if Mike J stands for Mike Jew.
It does now.
I mean,
sure.
I'm not against it, but it stands for Mike Jarrett Schachter. So the big news since the last podcast is that Postal is finally going to be on a home console, folks. I've been waiting for this for almost 20 years myself. I mean, I've been with the company since 2001, and all of our wet dreams have involved some form of console. And back then it was like, where's our PlayStation game? We were never thinking to ourselves, when is this coming out on Nintendo? That was maybe the last thought on our minds. Let me clarify. There was a guy at one point who was trying to port Postal 1 officially to maybe a DS or whatever one was before that. One of the handhelds, and it kind of fizzled out, never went anywhere. We never submitted it, but there was a small, tiny thought process there for a while, but not real, because obviously even if it was finished, it probably would have never been approved. So last year we went on this little mission with a company out of Poland called Movie Games, subsidiary of Playway, and they contacted us about porting all of our games to console. And obviously the least intrusive path of resistance would be Postal Redux, since it's the only game that's on Unreal 4 that's done right now, and that's the easy conversion. So they ported it to Switch, PS4, and Xbox, and to our somewhat aggravated surprise, Nintendo is the only one that's approved it so far. So if you want to do a little dance, make a little love, Postal's coming to the Nintendo Switch next month, October 16th. So if you don't have a Switch, buy one right here. See this box? Bought one for Vince. This is Vince's Switch.
And if you do have one, you can wishlist it right now.
Yes, please. Wishlist Postal Redux on Switch, because, you know, I realize that Postal Redux, Postal 1 are not our more popular games. They're Postal Redux, in fact, was a total fucking bomb. Postal 1 is who we are because it's the game that made us who we are back in the 90s, but we are well known for Postal 2. But Postal Redux is like kind of a game that is tailor-made for the Switch. It's dual twin stick shooter. It's just it works really well. I mean, in my personal opinion, it works better if you have a Pro controller and you play on the TV, but that's because I have bad eyes. I'm old and I'm not good at console games.
Playing it handheld was fun. I was playing it waiting in line at the vet today.
See, my employees that will never talk shit about our products are telling you that it works great.
It does. I use the Joy-Cons too. It feels comfortable.
See, they love it. So yeah, Postal Redux coming to Switch next month. Yes, we know it's not Xbox and PlayStation. We keep getting requests about it. It is submitted. It is not our call. It's done. They are made. It's up to Microsoft and Sony, which nobody would have predicted that Nintendo said yes first, but they did. And, well, whatever. It's kind of cool for us. It's a good sort of wrap up to our now 23 years of PC and Mac exclusive games coming to a Nintendo game console. That's fucking crazy.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, me and Vince have been talking about this for the last few months, and we didn't know which was going to happen. And then when we were told that the Switch was approved and we were going to announce it on next date, we were like, this is really fucking surreal, man. Like, it can't be true. And it is. And then when we got our test keys, it was like, this is fake. And then I put it in and I'm like, oh, there it is. It's downloading. And then I played it.
It's honestly hilarious to see it next to all of my family-friendly games in like a lineup. I'm just like, it's like Mario game.
It's also next to your hentai porn games.
Yeah, that too.
So
well, those are hidden. Those are archived for later.
Right.
Nintendo's branching out.
Yeah, they really are. That's that's what we had heard. We had been told this for a while now, that Nintendo will approve anything, and we're like, listen. Google will also approve everything, and they didn't approve Postal 1. So, any precedent set by anybody means nothing when it comes to Postal. And that's fine, but I just don't get amped up about anything until it's real. And quite frankly, the game's not out yet, so I'm not totally amped up. Once it's actually for sale in 15 days, then I will be ejaculating all over my house every minute, knowing that we are out on Nintendo. It is so stupid. I think I'm going to have my web dev just plaster Switch logos all over the website for a month after the game comes out, because, I mean, just watching that trailer and seeing the little Switch thing, the little Switch bumper play before the trailer was like fucking mind-breaking.
It looks like a parody.
Yeah, and I realized that theirs is not any less kiddie than even Xboxes or PlayStations. Like, they're all like little kiddie bumpers. But the fact that it's Nintendo is just, I don't know. It scrambles my brain. I mean, that system, the only reason I have it really is so my wife can play Animal Crossing. I mean, that's not why I got it. I got it, and then I played nothing on it for 3 months. Literally nothing. We played Mario Kart the night we got it, and then we didn't touch it.
It's got some good games.
I know.
You probably already had this hit over your head, though.
Yeah. So it has Postal on it. So, yeah, it has some good games.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, Nintendo once allowed Manhunt 2 on their platform. So
and
if Manhunt 2...
Bad Fur Day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if they can be allowed, then Postal can be allowed.
You got to remember one thing, though. Rockstar can do anything they want.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Own everybody. Running with Scissors can't do shit because we are like that little ant coming out of the anthill that's just like kind of running away from your foot.
Although we do have clout in our own way, like, being small and doing our own thing and everything, and still not like bowing to people that are mad about our games.
No. And we pretty much are that guy on Steam. Like, some people can't even believe we're on Steam. And we're there. And we do well.
Okay, I don't know about that, because have you seen some of the shit that's on Steam?
Well, now.
Yeah.
I mean, more like back in 2012 when we first got passed through on Greenlight. Even we were like, it's happening. Because I'd been trying to get the game on Steam for fucking 7 years before that. And they were like, oh, no, your marketing just doesn't fit in with our modus. And we're like, okay. But
and now they have every kind of hentai game under the sun.
And they're like, we don't block any content. For better or for worse. So then, obviously, I announced this, and it goes pretty fucking well. I mean, our announcement went really well. And then I had to deal with a constant barrage of, what about Postal 2? And like, guys, I fucking get it. I would personally much rather have announced Postal 2 for Switch. It's obviously the game that has made us who we are today. It's the game that has kept us in business for the last decade. So, yes, would I like to sell millions of copies on console? Yeah. The game barely runs on PC, okay? It is a fucking stitchwork of garbage that happens to be pretty fun and funny. It is not stable whatsoever. Any of you that have played know that. It crashes. There are bugs that we cannot fix built into the physics engine. And on top of that, we're not even using like a real finished is a rough term in Unreal Engine talk, but it was like a really, really fucked up build of Unreal that came out well before Unreal 2 was out. So it's like this, it's a Frankenstein's monster of code crap. And while there is a possibility of somebody taking a nosedive into updating the engine to a later version of Unreal 2 and integrating a new physics engine, yeah, I mean, as Nevada Case said, that's why we're going to get a Postal 2 remake, right? As I've said this before, that's what Postal 4 started as. So in all likelihood, before there is ever a Postal 2 on console, there will be a Postal 4 on console. And once that is there, then maybe we can do a Postal 2 remake again, or have somebody do it. Just that you can't take what's there and bring it into Unreal 4. It doesn't work that way. We've been trying to do that for the better part of 15 years. It's not that simple. You basically have to make all the art assets again.
Yeah.
The engine, the code doesn't just port in. Like, it's a fucking massive undertaking. And it's not an undertaking for worse. Like, it will obviously make money and it will be popular and yada, yada, yada. But like any other risk, it's a lot of money to spend for only Nintendo to approve it.
Yeah.
As we're seeing right now, Redux isn't even approved for Xbox or Sony yet. It hasn't been rejected, but they've had it. And, you know, I can't send a development team on a multi-million-dollar wild goose chase. And this is actually the reason we didn't do this over 10 years ago. We had spoken to people about doing this, and there was the possibility of it happening, but at the same time, it was like, this is going to be a very expensive potential train wreck because we have a finished product that we can't put out.
Yeah.
So, while I appreciate everybody begging for Postal 2 on console, we are in the same boat as you. We understand. We would like it. It will hopefully happen sooner than later, but I wouldn't say sooner being before Postal 4 is out, or Postal 4's add-on is out, or Postal 4 is out for consoles, or the coming of the apocalypse. So, maybe get on your social media, tweet at Microsoft and Sony, tell them you want Postal Redux on their systems. The more consoles that game gets on, the better chance of whatever else we make getting on those consoles is good too.
Yep, and if you show them that you'll pay money for it, then that'll get their attention.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, that's really all that matters.
Yep.
And I can show them our Steam sales numbers, but that doesn't mean anything. Indies have it hard enough. Indies that make our kind of content have it even harder. So just, do a little dance. Like I said, we're on a console. It's a big fucking deal. It's the little kitty console, so that's an even bigger deal. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of Nintendo Switches out there. So hopefully we can have a good attach rate to those sales numbers. And the publisher that did the porting will be totally all in for what's next. Also, Postal Brain Damaged is going to be developed for all the consoles while it is being made. So that game is going to be out for consoles too. So
hell yeah.
Hopefully in 2021 we will have 2, if not 3 SKUs on console. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon and say that Postal 4 will ever even work on a Switch. Totally different animal than Postal Redux. We're having big enough performance problems with fucking beast computers right now. So it's not really in our purview currently. So just know that we will do it. We just don't know when. So yay to us.
Yay.
We're Nintendo developers. Is that the word? We're Nintendo devs now?
Postal is Nintendo certified.
Certified. That's the word. We are Nintendo certified developers.
Are we developers?
That's still up in the air.
We are developers, and we will have a game on Switch next month. So we are Switch developers.
Oh, okay.
I am just adding 2 and 2 together. I am a boy. I am Kelsey's friend. Therefore, I am her boyfriend.
Perfect.
And yours. Yeah, I'm your boyfriend, too.
Awesome.
Mike J is everyone's boyfriend.
We also released a Postal 4 update, I think, since this last podcast that improved the performance a lot. Was that before the last podcast? Or was it after? I think it was after. I don't know. But as it appears, everybody that had a real problem running Postal 4 in the past that does not have a total fucking toaster is now able to play the game, which is pretty cool. They're not exactly running it at 60 frames locked, but they are running the game. There is no longer a texture bug. We are getting shit done. Nevada Case says, the performance upgrade did wonders. I'm getting stable 50s on Ultra now. See? One
Love
guy
to see it.
Means it's a fact. One guy. Actually, the machine we have back here that Vince works on when he's here, it's a gaming machine, but it's an older gaming machine, and it had the texture bug, and it didn't run very well, but now it does run pretty fucking good. Upgrade was before the last podcast, but still runs like a fucking champ. Well, I don't have it in last podcast notes. So, oh yes, I do. Fuck. Whatever. You know what? I'm giving people updates on our shit, okay? Redux on Switch. Postal 4 now runs better. Chris Evans' dick was on Instagram. And soon we're going to have masks. We still don't have them. They're coming from Pakistan. Yes.
Ooh.
American-made masks were just not going to happen. I would love to do that, but, we can't buy something that costs more than we can sell it for. So, Pakistan is like the cotton supplier of the world. So, same place that our jerseys are made, that Yaffe happens to be wearing right now. Show everybody your fucking jersey. Running the Scissors jersey. I'm actually putting my hockey team back together again. But that is, see, it even has his name on it. And he's too.
Yeah.
So that's the Running with Scissors, I Regret Nothing hockey jerseys. Also available at postalgames.com. We have new mouse pads coming, actually. I don't have one yet to show you, but the mouse pad we currently have, this bad boy, Hipster Crotchy. People love it. It's almost sold out. The next one is going to be not Hipster Crotchy. It's going to look more like this.
Wait, what's that?
This is just crotchy, not hipster crotchy.
Is that a sticker?
It's a sticker. This is a sticker.
Amazing.
I was going to save this story for a little later, but since we're talking about the stickers, I have a little window in my office up here that like views out into the atrium of this law office that we rent an executive suite at, and I put our stickers on the window here. So there's like Running with Scissors sign and the little Postal Dude one and the Postal 4 one and I Regret Nothing one. So I put the crotchy one on the window on Monday. I was out of the office on Tuesday, and then I came back yesterday and there was a piece of paper taped over it on the window. So I laughed. I sort of assumed that was coming. I'm actually surprised it wasn't just ripped off the window. But I was on the phone when I came in the office, and one of the other guys from the office comes in, and he's pointing and laughing like, that was fucking hilarious. I said, yeah, it's funny. So I go talk to the office manager, and she's like, wasn't me. You're the oldest running tenant here. I wouldn't have done that shit. And so I was like, well, I'm going to write something on it. And it's not like it's taped over the whole thing. It's just like a little flap. So I wrote on the tape, for a good time, lift me. So now there's a piece of paper, and if you see it, for a good time, lift me, you lift it, and then there's crotchy giving you the middle finger. Fuck you.
Amazing.
I don't think it would have been a big problem, but there are some people working here right now whose kids are here because there's no school to go to.
Uh-oh.
And this got me thinking to the fact that this exact same crotchy logo right here is going to soon be on a mask like this. We got masks of this. I posted them on the Twitter the other day. I guess people are going to have a problem with that.
They might.
Would they have less of a problem if he wasn't giving you the finger, or is it the balls?
Gosh, I don't know. Or maybe it's the fact that it's a mask.
Right. Masks trigger people.
Yeah.
I forgot. It doesn't trigger me, but it does bother me that I can't see people's teeth, because I'm really into teeth.
Oh.
I mean, I'm glad they're wearing a mask because I don't want their fucking virus, but yeah. I need to see people's mouths.
I honestly don't want to go back to no mask world because it's just so much easier to roll out of bed and go to the store and like put your mask on.
I
like,
know. I don't even have to do makeup in the morning.
Yeah, nobody sees your face. You can be as ugly as you want when you go to the store. And
here's the problem I have. I have this cheetah print mask that I'm wearing right today. See?
Oh, beautiful.
This one's actually not so bad because of the material, but some of the ones I do fuck with my beard. I take it off and I've got like bedhead for my beard. I've got like mask beard. And then they're not long enough. So then the bottom of my beard sticks out and it looks all fucking weird.
Is it itchy? It feels like it would be itchy.
It depends on what mask I wear.
Gotcha.
Some of them are more itchy than others. My beard is itchy on some days. It depends on if I put oil in it or not. What do you put in your hair?
Nothing.
Did you put anything in it to start? Like
wax in the beginning, and then it was like it didn't really do shit. In fact, it like built up, and so I had to like melt it out of my hair.
Good.
That was
basically your hair is just your body sweat.
Hey, it's clean. Not all dreadlocks are nasty. In fact, it's a myth to say most people's dreadlocks are nasty because you have to keep them clean in order for them to
They just look like you are wearing trash on your head.
Pretty much.
I
but
like
it's beautiful
it.
Trash.
I'm just saying that some people think it looks like trash on your head.
Oh, yeah. And you're always profiled as a drug user. So
if
you're planning on getting dreadlocks, then.
Yeah, just like back in the day when I had friends that wanted to score some blow, I would be like, look for the guy with the neck tattoo.
Mm.
And that worked almost every time.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Look for the girl with the dreads. All right, so 30 minutes in, we're going to talk about our first not running with scissors topic that is not Chris Evans' dick. Microsoft made a major purchase recently. They bought ZeniMax, which is the parent company that owns Bethesda. That is fucking huge. I'm going to let Yaffe speak on this because I'm not what you would call much of a Bethesda gamer, per se.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically I am because I'm from Bethesda, Maryland, which is where they are originally from before they moved.
It was like you were born into it.
Yeah, I'm Bethesda royalty, if you want to think about it that way. I don't know. It's just got everyone thinking, like, for example, with like Obsidian, they made Fallout New Vegas. A lot of people, that's their favorite Fallout game since the originals. And now that Bethesda's owned by a bigger company, it's getting all these people thinking, well, all these other developers, including ones who've had to get a crack at it before, going to get another crack at Bethesda IPs. And someone tweeted at Obsidian, so Fallout New Vegas 2 is a legit possibility on September 21st. And Obsidian actually like quote tweeted that with the little shruggy emoji guy.
Right.
Which is definitively not a no.
Yes, correct. In the internet, if you don't straight up say no, it is a yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's why we don't say no or yes to anything. We let everything be sort of up in the air. Yeah, $7.5 billion for this purchase that will almost guarantee that Sony is not getting any Bethesda game ever again.
I don't agree with that. Like, I mean, it would benefit Microsoft to keep the games on all platforms because then that's just more money for them in the long run. And also, I don't agree with alienating longtime Bethesda fans that may not have a Microsoft console or a robust PC to play on. What if they like PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5? You know, it's just like I've never agreed with that sort of thing. But I also see it from a business standpoint on, you know, Sony is their direct competition and, you know, Nintendo. But it's like,
think about this. Microsoft lost like every exclusivity deal in the last generation. Like all the good games were on PlayStation and not on Xbox.
Yeah.
So they might be, coming in swinging. But yes, you're right. I mean, they're actually going to cost themselves potentially millions of units by not selling to PlayStation owners.
I mean, they could do like timed exclusives, like, you know, studios already do anyway, or like timed DLC or something. But I don't agree with
characters.
Yeah, I don't agree with completely taking them off of other platforms. That's just like it shoots themselves in the foot. You know, they could be making more money if they kept them there.
Well, this isn't. I mean, it still would give Sony the short end of the stick, but for a while, hasn't Microsoft been trying to basically have everything be on PC and Xbox?
That's actually what they're doing with the next gen, like period. So
that's something
everything that will be on Xbox Series X will also be on PC. Nevada K wants to know if we would let Microsoft buy us. Yes.
Sure.
For $50? No.
No.
For $50 million? Yes. Oh, this podcast brought to you by Kelsey's Doji.
It's truly a Doji.
Yes. What's your dog's name?
It's Yoshi.
Yoshi the Doji.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
This podcast is also brought to you by the Drildo. Gets the job done.
Yep.
That's what Pedro says. Pedro's our community manager. Everybody send him pictures of a Drildos.
Yes.
Being used.
Mm.
Well, we were going to talk about me being banned from Our Jewish next, but we already did, and I'm a little pissed off about it. I feel like now it's just cementing the fact that I'm just an ish, that I'm not.
Maybe it's like how Moses couldn't actually go to Israel, you know?
Right, yeah. Or maybe I'm like Jesus, like I was a Jew and now I'm not.
Oh.
Are you going to nail me to a cross, Yaffe?
What, like your Jewish card got revoked?
Yeah, they took the Jew out of my Jewish and now I'm just ish. Whatever, I've been saying that for a long time. I'm not religious. Fuck that stupid subreddit. I don't need to be there anyway. They're probably just talking shit about bacon.
Dude, it's Reddit.
Actually think that when I got banned from Our Jewish, it was very timely because Monday was Yom Kippur. If you're not familiar, Kelsey, it's the Jewish Day of Atonement. We don't eat from sundown to sundown. Well, I'm not going to say we. Jews don't eat from sundown
Religious,
to sundown.
observant Jews.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I actually don't know how Muslims do Ramadan because I don't do it for one day, let alone fucking a whole month of that shit.
Yeah, fasting sounds horrible.
Really, really bad. So anyway, Monday was Yom Kippur, and I, like a good Jewish boy, had bacon for breakfast.
Delicious.
Along with a little bit of cheese. So I wasn't kosher in all the ways. And then for lunch, I had some meal prep here that also had bacon in it. And so twice on Yom Kippur, I not only ate, but I ate bacon.
So you got banned from the subreddit, and
2 days later,
you weren't kosher on Yom Kippur.
no,
So yes,
I got
you've
banned
gotten
from
you.
the subreddit 2 days
Oh, 2
after
days.
eating bacon twice on Yom Kippur.
It's your karma.
I
Jewish
know.
karma.
They have like a Jewish minority report.
Yeah, they've
like
got
test tube
they've got
children.
Jew cogs that
Yeah.
just can see into the Jewish future or the past
Exactly.
or the
past.
present.
The
Actually,
continuum.
in the sense of Dune, it would be
The continuum.
Jew-Adib from Dune,
Yeah.
and he can see everything. Well, they found me out. They found out that I ate bacon twice on Yom Kippur. Now I'm banned from our Jewish, and I don't know what to think about that. And then I started thinking, well, maybe they know about my tattoos, but that's not even a real thing.
Yeah, I thought we got rid of that after the Holocaust.
Well, it's not even that. Like, it's not a real thing. It's just a myth that has been perpetrated for long periods of time. It has been passed down the generations as this thing that is banned in the Talmud, and it's not. So,
Not
it can't be
explicitly.
that. It's got to be the bacon.
Yeah.
You know what
We
I'm going
solved
to do?
it.
I'm going to eat more bacon.
You think it'll bring you all the way around?
I
You'll
think
get
it's
back
the
in.
only way to undo what I've done. I'm going to go buy some, and I'm going to smoke it myself. I'm just going to go
Ooh.
buy a pork belly. I'm going to throw it in my smoker. Then I'm going to slice it. I'm going to hand slice it so it's thick and disgusting. And I'm going to put it in my air fryer, and then I'm going to live fucking tweet at our Jewish. and
Now you're
tell
just-
them this is how it goes.
You're just like low-key bragging about all your appliances now.
Oh, I actually have 2 air fryers.
Oh, wow.
Well, because I fell in love with my one air fryer. I started using it a lot to make steaks, to make chicken. It's like perfect. It really does a really good job. It's basically like a broiler at a steakhouse. Like, does a really good job of cooking stuff. And then you can't fill it with shit. So you can't do your like meat and potatoes at the same time. And so you'd make either, whatever type of potato first, and then it would have to sit there while you made your meat for 12 minutes. And 12 minutes is a long time for a vegetable or a steak to sit while you're waiting for the other one to cook. So I needed a second one. So I got a second one, and then it broke, and then I got a third one, and I threw the second one away.
What a saga.
It's a real saga in the air fryer story of Mike J., the former Jew.
Arzgaful wants to know if you can eat bacon on stream.
Yeah. Yes, I could. Someone's cooking something in this office right now, and it smells really fucking good. Pissed. Probably eating my food. This actually happened a few weeks ago. I buy this meal prep from a local company that my friend owns called Stay Naked Kitchen. And I had some in the fridge here, and I brought it in on Monday. I brought 5 meals in, 1 for every day of the week. And then on Tuesday, I went in there to get my meal, and there was only 3 left.
Ooh.
And so I brought it up to the office manager here. I was like, hey, not the end of the world. Somebody ate my food. She got fucking pissed.
I don't get those people that
Right.
the ones that are so comfortable going into the work fridge
Yeah.
and taking somebody else's lunch. I'm like, what?
Right. And as it turned out, later that week, somebody else's food got eaten. But it was something in Tupperware.
So, like, no excuse
Yeah.
to possibly
It's
be
not
like,
just
oh, I thought it
somebody
was
left
communal.
a bunch of burritos on the table for the
Oh my
office. Like,
Yeah.
so now they're like, well, you have to write your name on them. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that. But who went in there and saw the meal prep and thought it was theirs? They knew they were eating somebody else's food. So having a name on it's not going to change anything.
I don't know.
Anyway, they were pissed off. There aren't that many people here. It can't be that hard to figure out. Plus, there's cameras. So anyway, Xbox and PlayStation pre-orders. Did either of you get anything?
No.
No, I'm waiting. I don't know why people are so desperate to get it like right now.
I did get an Xbox.
Did you?
I did. When the day they went up, I was hours late. And I got the site was all fucked up. I was doing it through the Microsoft site. It was all fucked up, and I got one into my cart, and then it wouldn't let me move on to the next step. So I was like, well, it fucked up. And so I kind of like opened another browser, went to the Microsoft site, and they were all sold out by that point. And I was like, fuck. So I have one in my cart, and I just kept trying over and over and over and over, and eventually it let me through. And I did get to pre-order my Series X. I've yet to see a PlayStation to pre-order, but I will. John says he got both, so.
Oh yeah, he did that trick that I don't know. I don't know if he wants us to reveal his trick.
His PlayStation order trick.
Yeah.
Did he turn a trick?
Maybe.
He went out onto the streets of Tauntaun and turned a trick to some lowly Sony employee. He said, "Hello, I'm John Merchant, and I'm here to suck your dick." And then he's like, "Here's a PS5 pre-order," and that's what he paid him in. He gave him a little coupon. It said, "Good for one PS5 pre-order." He didn't actually use it. It's just a little piece of paper that he has on his counter that says he has a PS5, but he doesn't know where to cash it in. Less a trick and more others not ordering the SKUs with extra controllers. So he spent $800 on his PS5 to get one.
Yeah.
He didn't turn a trick, everybody. I lied. I don't know. I don't know.
They're not mutually exclusive.
He may be my business partner, but I don't know what he does on the weekends. It's none of my fucking business.
My PS4 still feels brand new to me.
What does?
My PS4.
Mine feels like it needs to be thrown out the fucking window. I did upgrade.
Mine sounds like it's taking off every time I turn it on.
I did upgrade the hard drive in mine when Death Stranding came out. I got a new SSD in there, so it is running a little bit better, but it is still an original PS4. It is not a PS4 Pro. It does not see 5G networks, so it downloads at a piping fast 1K per second, basically. So yeah, fuck that shit. I want a PS5. Where's my fucking PS5?
Why'd you pick the Xbox over the PS5?
Because it was available.
Oh, okay.
That was just the one you got.
Yeah, I mean, I have some things that I buy in life, like I buy new hockey gear when there's something I want. And when I'm gaming, I buy new gaming systems, and then I don't use them. I buy them, and then I don't use them. Nevada K, this fucking guy, clean your consoles. That's what he wants you to do. He wants me to clean my console.
Listen, when you have a Shiba Inu, like, you just can't get hair off of your life. Like, your life is covered in hair, so.
You have a Shiba Inu?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Shiba in your PS4.
Shiba in your PS4.
Yeah. I see. Oh, man, we talk about this every single episode. But this Epic versus Apple battle is just getting funnier. And
this new update, though, that judge putting the smackdown on
the judge was
Epic.
Just like, Epic, you stupid. You dumb.
You're dishonest.
Yeah, your argument
they're
is
not wrong.
full of shit. So here we are, laughing at the billionaires and for some reason taking the side of the trillionaires. But it looks like they're going to have a trial in July of next year. Good for them. I can't wait to see how this negatively impacts the rest of us.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't care either way, but it's just funny to, Epic did something shady and they're getting called out for it. So
they're like, we want an injunction, put our game back on the App Store. And the judge is like, no. You can't.
And now Tim Sweeney's being accused of like inciting other developers to like circumvent Apple's system and like riot against it.
Yeah, he's trying to form a digital militia. The Proud Boys of gaming, I guess.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's
totally
stupid. Cool sounding.
It's not as cool sounding. Maybe they'd be the incels of the industry.
Huh.
I think that fits better. So yeah, fuck you, Epic. Fuck you, Apple. Just, why don't they just wrestle and get it settled?
Yeah.
I mean, then we don't have a fucking thing to make fun of every podcast, so I guess this battle's going to be fun. Keep going, boys. Maybe we can get on the Epic Store during this, just because we're not.
Yeah, take Fortnite's spot. Postal 4. Let's go.
I mean, I did tell the guys that ported Postal Redux, like, maybe it's time. Port it to the phones.
Travis Scott concert in Postal 4.
Travis Scott, yeah. No, how about a Chris Brown concert in Postal?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Let's think about that.
It would be on brand. Very on brand. So the trailer for the new Borat movie dropped this morning. First, there was the trailer of the trailer. I hate that shit. Fuck, I hate that shit. But then I saw deep down in the Reddit comments, I found the real trailer, and man, I need to watch the old movie again. That guy is fucking funny.
He's good.
Okay, so the one question I had about the trailer was, did he really interrupt Mike Pence?
I don't know.
I don't know if that was staged or not, because I'm just like, if it wasn't, that's fucking hilarious. And how come we didn't hear about it?
Well, the movie does have an excellent title. Now, on Amazon, it sort of says Borat. What does it say? Movies? It's not movie sequel. It's like, I don't know. It gives it like 2 quick words and then this giant subtitle that you can't see because the words are so small. But the name of the movie is Borat, Gift of Pornographic Monkey to Vice Premier Michael Pence to make benefit recently diminished nation of Kazakhstan. It's coming out October 23rd, right before the election. And according to the press from this movie, it might take down a United States politician.
Oof.
Now, I
think he's a Texas DA, isn't he? Or
I don't know. All I know is that in Bruno, when Ron Paul was in that bedroom in the hotel, that's the kind of shit. Like, I'd like to see Matt Gaetz getting pegged by Borat.
Oh my gosh. Please. I need that in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine what he's got in store for us this time, but Sacha Cohen is a funny motherfucker, and I saw a lot of people saying, like, how is he doing this? Everybody knows who he is. And it's like, that is 100% not true. Like, yes, there are plenty of people that know who he is, but we don't know how long he was filming this shit for. He could be filming it for the last 4 years, and he just keeps getting shut down over and over and over. And all he needs is a couple of times where nobody fucking knows who he is. Mm-hmm. Piece it together. Plus, in the movie, he's not even dressed as Borat most of the time. He's Borat in hiding because people know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When that video came out, I don't know, a few months ago on Reddit of the live concert he played at that one, like, whatever it was, some shit kicker festival. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this movie. And I'm so happy that it's coming directly to Amazon. I don't know if it's going to be free for Prime or if it's going to be paid on Prime, and I don't care. I'll pay for it. I paid for Bill and Ted. I paid for the new Bill and Ted. It was very good.
Was it?
Yeah, and I did read yesterday that it is it's making money. It's actually like made money now. It's done so well on streaming services, because it was like, I think when I went to go watch it, it was $20 to rent it, or it was $25 to buy it. So I just thought, wow, I think Keanu took nothing to make the movie, and probably helped fund it. So
I was about to say, it's Keanu's charm.
Yeah, and he's like the weakest link in the movie, quite honestly.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, the guy that plays Bill is like way better. I don't know if it's because we're too used to Keanu Reeves at this point, and his persona is 100% not Ted. Yeah. And when you watch the old movie, like, we didn't know who he was, and he was a kid, and now all we think of him is this, like, sly fucking badass kung fu fucking
assassin.
Crazy dude that's always got his hair slicked back and a suit on, and all of a sudden he's like got long hair and
Well, Cyberpunk is going to change that again because he's kind of a different character in that game.
Yeah, I know. It was a good movie. They were both good. Everybody was good in it. But he kind of stood out, oddly enough. And it might be because we just know him too good and too well. I guess it's like Nick Cage being in all these fucking D movies that he does now.
Although I was about to say, where's he been? Like,
he's never stopped. Look at his IMDb. It is fucking movie after movie.
Mandy, it's cool.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I still need to watch that.
Yeah, he does a lot of things. I'm surprised he wasn't in Postal 3. Yeah, we're trying for some celebs right now for Postal 4. We got one. I mean, she's a celeb.
Yeah.
She's done some stuff.
More
You'll see her
than
soon enough. She's gonna be in
stuff.
She's gonna be in She's gonna be in Wednesday. She's gonna be in Wednesday in the game, so we'll have our first mini celeb. We're looking at somebody else. I told you we tried to get Gilbert Gottfried's voice, but we wanted $35,000 to talk into a microphone like this. No fucking thanks. Not happening, Gilb. TV shows. Lovecraft Country. You guys been watching this shit?
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Not me, but I hear good things.
The last episode was weird in the way that I loved and that my wife was not really into.
I am a little behind. I'm in the episode where they like go down into the they like break
catacombs.
When they end up in the catacombs. It was like we were watching National Treasure.
Yeah, well, I mean the book it's based on is an anthology.
Oh.
So the fact that they're stringing it together with an overarching narrative is completely like a new creation. So it's interesting the challenges that they are facing doing that.
It's very good. It is very well done. The acting is all stellar. The special effects are good. Jordan Peele just makes a good horror.
I wonder how involved he was because I know he's an executive producer.
So probably not at all. It's just his name. They gave him a chair at the production. And
Yeah.
He wasn't even there.
Maybe.
Y'all should try to get Gilbert Gottfried again in like 2 months. They might quite lower. I thought that too until we looked up his IMDb recently, and it turns out he does a lot more than I thought. He just presents himself as a homeless, like Kelsey.
Wow, shots fired. God damn.
Hey, I've got this homeless beard. I'm not doing any better. And Yaf's got that homeless mustache and that tie-dye hat.
It's good. It's a good hat.
Remember, we are the smelliest podcast live on air today.
I believe it.
I'm wearing this like beard oil in my beard today, and it's got like pine oil in it. So when I wear my mask, my nose gets completely hit hard with this pine oil, and I feel like I'm standing around some fucking hippies, but it's me.
Is it like patchouli smelling? Because then yes, it would be like standing around a bunch of hippies.
It's got a little bit of that. Someone wants to hear me say, "Hey, Vince wants to see you in his office." Hey, Vince wants to see you in his office. Was that good? Did that sound like the game?
Was that magical?
I think that was in the game. I think that's why he wants me to say it. Isaiah Britt. I think Isaiah is the one that drew this lovely drawing that's on my wall here. Am I right, Isaiah? When you finally hear that, let me know if that was you. I think I have this pencil drawing that looks like it was drawn by a 6-year-old on my wall. But like a good one, the kind that you want to put on your fridge. But I don't
like a smart, like a precocious 6-year-old.
Yeah. He says yes. I think I'm going to show it to everyone.
Macaroni art of the Postal Dude win.
How old are you, Isaiah? Are you 6? Because I don't draw much better, so. Fucking ripped it a little bit. Here it is.
Oh, wow.
17. He's 17. I love his art. That's why I put it on my wall. You see
That's
it?
That's dope.
Actually, it's a better drawing than I could make. That's for sure.
I love the crotchy with the sword.
Yeah.
And then there's like an angry mayor of Edenson, which is clearly me. My hands crossed. Thank you for the drawing, Isaiah. It is actually on my wall right here, right below this Postal dude pissing poster and this shit over here. But I'm glad you're 17 and not 6. Because then I don't know if I'd want this to... The Mike Pence thing actually happened, and Borat showed up in a speech done a year ago.
That's amazing.
How come
I never heard about that?
I mean, that was at the CPAC convention.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't remember it happening, but I could see all the artwork in the trailer. So that's a pretty big convention for Borat dressed as Donald Trump with a woman over his shoulder, running into the event, yelling for Michael Pence. Is there a way to get some of these posters? We used to have a Cafe Press account that you could order shit from. But I think it's gone now. We can't stock this stuff. It's just not. I don't have room for it. Shipping posters sucks. So maybe I'll look into some company that does on-demand printing and get some posters up for you guys, because we do have some pretty cool artwork. Like I got the brain damaged one up here, and
yeah, that one's really
all the
cool.
old movie posters. They're better than the movie themselves, but that's because we did them.
Yeah, I high key want a brain damaged poster, so. Make it happen,
well, I'll just send you the artwork, and you can get it printed at Kinko's.
Yes.
Because that's what I
down.
did.
I'm down.
I did it
Perfect.
at Alpha Graphics, actually, not Kinko's. More to that old school shit. The Boys. You guys caught up on The Boys? I'm not, but I'm pretty close.
Nope.
You don't watch that shit? God damn, that's like the best show on TV.
It's weird. I can deal with Lovecraft Country.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very gory in a lot of ways, and visually horrific. But for some reason, The Boys
is very, very gory.
I don't know, trouble sleeping afterward.
That's why we sell these running with scissors one-hitter pipes, so that you can smoke your weed, calm down, and watch The Boys. Look.
So what if you don't have time for TV? That's my problem.
Oh, really? What are you doing all day? Working?
Video games and working and streaming. That's like my entire life.
It sounds like you're not opening your mind up enough. You're not reading. You're not watching any TV shows.
I don't have enough energy.
Do you get
That's why I
get
tweeted
8 hours
the other
of sleep every night?
No, but hey, people who grind, I hate using that term, grind, never sleep. Like hustling.
Oh, like you got the juice.
It's like
I wouldn't even say that. But that's why I made that tweet the other day. I was like, does anyone really have all three? Like a successful career, a strict workout regimen, and also like a healthy social and sex life? Like, I don't think that's possible unless you're like doing copious amounts of Coke or like Adderall or something.
No, because then you don't have a good diet.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, I'm trying so hard to do that, and I'm like, this doesn't feel possible unless you're like rich and you can hire people to do.
Maybe you should make yourself accountable, and part of what you do is you do it all live streaming. So you have to work out live streaming, you have to eat your healthy meals live streaming, you have to sleep live streamed.
That sounds horrible, because people could donate and be like, do 500 push-ups,
and you do
like,
it.
No, that sounds horrible.
But you would for money.
I mean, if it was $500, yeah, maybe. But.
Is Civi actually in there, or is it just a fake Civi? Sounds like fake Civi. Civi, if it's you, say something only I would recognize from you. Tell me something. Tell me some of the sweet nothings that I whisper to you in the evening.
You only have one bullet left.
Yeah.
Which one's the real Civi?
Well, I'm not going to talk about any more TV shows, since I'm clearly talking to a bunch of fucking anti-TV people.
I'm not anti-TV. I just am busy.
Because the new season of The Expanse is coming soon.
I gotta get on that.
Do you watch it? Have you watched any of it?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
Everything I see, I'm like,
it is peak sci-fi.
I got that one Facebook targeted ad like a year and a half ago where it's them sort of strapped down and then the tools are flying everywhere.
Right.
And I was like, oh, a space show that actually like is space stuff happens.
So I just started watching this show on Netflix last night called Away. It's with Hilary Swank. It's about like the first manned mission to Mars.
Oh, right.
It's pretty good, and all of the low G stuff they do really well. It's good stuff. So if you want some more current
Hard
sci-fi
sci-fi
stuff. Mike
You always
J
want.
told me about Postal Brain Damage months ago, and the trailer had weird and out-of-place high-poly models. All right, that might be Civvy. It might be. Might be Civvy. Well, you guys are lucky. You guys got a celebrity here, an actual celebrity. That guy's got hundreds of thousands of YouTube followers. You guys should send him pictures of Chris Evans' dick. That's what I think.
That's the progression.
Yeah, find him on Discord. Send him pictures of Chris Evans' dick. He's very busy working on his Tuesday video for Pro Postal. Pro Postal Tuesday. Pro Postal 4 Tuesday. So I did end up renting out a theater last weekend with my friends and watching Tenet. It was insane. Like, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I think I need to see it a few more times. It was fucking wacko. And, like, I'm not even sure I can compare it. Like, maybe Memento. Like, watching Memento. You know, his old-ass movie that was all out of order. It was fucking wacko like that. But Kenneth Branagh's in it. He's really, really fucking good. Actually, it was kind of a Harry Potter reunion, that movie. It had the chick that played Fleur Delacour from the movies. It had Robert Pattinson, obviously. And then it had Kenneth Branagh, who played Gilderoy Lockhart. And I look at my wife, who's like the biggest Harry Potter fan, and I was like, wow, this really is a Harry Potter like reunion. And she goes, oh, it's just two of them. And I go, no, you're looking at him right there. She goes, who is that? I said, it's Lockhart. And then she, like, he's obviously doesn't look like Lockhart. And she's like, oh my God, it's Lockhart. I was like, yeah. So yeah, Tenet, see that shit. If you can go to a Cinemark theater around you, you can rent the theater for $150, and you can bring up to 20 people.
What's a movie theater?
Yeah,
it's this place we used to go to in gatherings and pay exorbitant prices for corn that is popped. And we would sit on chairs that other people have been sitting in, which is gross. We would be in a closed air facility with other people that are probably coughing and sick.
Revolutionary.
I know. But it was pretty cool. I'm a movie guy, so it was nice to be back in the theater, even with that shit happening. Isaiah Britt wants to hear somebody say, is Yakko here? I'm going to let Kelsey take that one.
Me?
Yeah.
Is Yakko here?
There it is. Say it again for him.
Is Yakko here?
She does a really good job, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Theater rentals.
Let me voice in Postal 4. Come on, Mike
I gotta
J,
do that, don't I? I gotta get you a role. I gotta find you a female role. We gotta make more powerful women in Postal 4.
Give her dreadlocks too. That'd be cool.
Easier than hair cards.
Maybe. So the next movie I'm gonna rent a theater for is Dune.
When's that supposed to come out?
There was no date on the trailer, but it is supposedly December.
I'm reading the book right now.
You're reading it. It's very good. I'm actually rereading it again right now, too. I've got about 2 hours left.
I was actually Googling out of curiosity, and I found out that, so there's no Fade Ralpha.
Well, because they're splitting it into 2 movies.
Oh,
Fade's like barely in the first half of the movie. Okay. I actually don't think he's in it at all.
I didn't know they were splitting into 2 movies.
Yeah, the first they talk about Fade, like you can hear the Baron talking about him, but they don't show him until they have the scene where he's fighting in the pit and Fenring is there and all that. So I'm guessing they're going to leave that all for the first movie. They're going to make Raban the big enemy in the first one, and then they'll make Fade the big enemy in the second one with the Baron kind of looming the whole time. So, but I think that should just be Sting again.
Yeah, just really, just an old
I mean, he probably doesn't look much different. he just won't move as fast. Actually, they should make it. Who's that wrestler that like is in all the movies? Not The Rock.
Batista.
No, he's already in the movie. He plays Raban.
He's Raban.
The you can't see me guy.
John Cena.
John Cena should be Fade Rautha. That's what I think. Because Fade Rautha is such a meaningless character. Like, really, like, he doesn't say a whole lot. And I think John Cena could do that role really well. Plus, he's all chiseled, and that's what the Baron loves about him. He loves his chiseled body.
But, like, wouldn't viewers be confused when there's just all these shots of just, like, an empty chair or, like, a hallway with no one in it? Yeah.
I heard John Cena is supposed to play Duke Nukem in a Duke Nukem movie.
I could see that.
I could see it, honestly.
Man, we need to lobby for John Cena for Fade, I think we should contact Villeneuve and tell him we want John Cena. I don't know who else, though. I don't know who else I would like to see. There aren't any other real new characters at the end, are there? I guess the Emperor, but it doesn't matter who plays the Emperor. Some guildsmen, doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's really the only new character, because all the Jameis stuff, and I'm just so excited. I watched that trailer again a couple times this weekend.
A lot of artist people who I follow and I'm in their circles are complaining about how muted the color scheme is, because in the book a lot of things are described with color, and everyone, I think, is going off of the Mobius artwork. That was all very colorful.
What kind of colors would you want?
I don't know. I think, like, people wanted to see, because the Atreides sigil is described as like red and green.
Yeah, the green flag of the Atreides.
In the movie, they're all just sort of gray. And I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool looking.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it not being colored, but
I think it's just supposed to look hard. Like, the whole movie is supposed to hit you like you're on this fucking horrible planet in this horrible place fighting a battle for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Lynch version was colorful enough.
for everyone, forever.
Yeah, I actually don't want that. I mean, I guess you could say, like, Blade Runner was really hard and it was very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, you never know. The movie's not out. It's not done.
Yeah, I've only seen a few scenes in the trailer, really.
Right, and the trailer is really just setting a tone. But I guess if they wanted to set a colorful tone, they could have. But I don't think... I don't know. Maybe it'll get more colorful when Paul wakes up or something. I don't know. I don't know his dream. There was plenty of fire. There was a lot of darkness and fire in the trailer. Is that not enough color for them?
I do kind of wish that the Gom Jabbar was another weird finger contraption instead
it wasn't
of
just a fucking needle.
I mean, the needle, it looks cool. It's like a cool look. It looks
was it the finger
direct
thing in the Lynch one?
It was like a crazy huge one, though. It was like her whole hand. Yeah.
Kelsey's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I've never seen Dune.
You should just read the book. I know you have all the time in the world. Well, at minimum, watch the Lynch movie. It is not great at all. But it at least gives you a basic premise of what happens in Dune. It speeds it up to the fucking max and eliminates some of the most important stuff. But it's pretty good. If you have a little more time, you could watch the sci-fi special, which is also not great, but it does follow the story a little better. Or you could just get the audiobook and do a 20-hour read. It's pretty good. It's a very good audiobook.
I have one day a week where I can watch movies with my community, so maybe I'll put that on.
Yeah, the Lynch, it's kind of a cult classic. Like, it's not really that bad. And as far as Lynch goes, it's pretty tame.
Yeah.
All right. I do like Lynch movies, so.
But it's not wackadoodle like that. Like, for Dune, it's pretty wacky, but for a Lynch movie, it's not that wacky. It's actually pretty. It follows the script well enough.
Well, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, and it's got
it's not a movie that I have to watch 5 times to understand.
No.
Okay.
And Kyle MacLachlan is in it, the guy that Lynch obviously loved back then from Twin Peaks. Sting is in it. Jean-Luc Picard is in it, playing Gurney. Yeah. Who else is in it? There's other famous actors in there too. Oh God, the Baron Harkonnen character is so disgusting in that movie.
Yeah, it's like that Total Recall makeup.
Yeah, it's gross.
Everything just looks fake, but somehow that makes it even grosser.
Right, and these like boils are popping left and right, and ugh. But yes, you should watch it. It's it's a thing. And it'll get you prepped for the new movie, because then you can watch the trailer after you watch that, and you'll be like, oh, it's actually a little more serious than Lynch made it into. But it's worth it. Take a peek.
Will do.
I think I'm out of topics for the day. We didn't talk about Chris Evans' dick that much. Maybe a few times. We talked about Switch at length. So let me remind you all again.
It's amazing.
Please wish list it.
Mm-hmm.
October 16th.
Yeah. Buy a Switch. It comes out in 15 days. Running with Scissors' first console game ever. It's a big deal in many ways. It's selling well is going to be an even bigger deal. I don't even care about the money. It'll be nice. What's nice is the expanse of our product being on these consoles. A little more clout. For years, I tell people, like, hey, I make video games. And they're like, oh, can I get it for my PlayStation? No. But now I'll be able to say, you can get it for your kid's Switch. And they'll be like, oh, didn't you say it's, like, really violent? And I'm like, actually, this one's the most violent one. Well, the most serious one. Maybe not the most violent one, but pretty violent. But you can get it for your kid's Switch.
Yeah, how long is it going to be until a suburban mom finds it on little Timmy's Switch and gets mad?
Let's pretend like that's not going to happen, because they have parental guidelines set up on their child's Switch, and they can't buy M-rated games. It is rated M for mature. If you are not mature, don't buy it.
Yeah.
18 and up.
18 and up. 17 and up. We had a whole fucking Supreme Court battle about this. 17 and up, and you don't need to show an ID.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we won that, when Postal was in the Supreme Court and some of the Supreme Court justices had to play Postal 2? That really happened. If you don't know about it, look up the United States versus, or actually it was Leland Yee versus California, I think. That was the Supreme Court case. Maybe versus the ESA. I don't know. Look it up. Postal 2, Supreme Court. That's all we have for today. We went pretty long, hour and 20 minutes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Yaf. Thank you, Kels. And
You're welcome.
We'll see you guys next time on episode 24.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Fuck 'Em All. Trade a bitch for a brick. Caltech with a stick like you know what it is. Young Dylan, young Eric, young Elizabeth. Big L, Devil Son, Lil 666. So now I'm ready and I'm willing. Kill off the shit. Feel like hot it on whipping, sipping, gripping the stick. A running man with a plan and some blood on my wrist. Princess cut, I'm on my Mario shit.
Cover the whip now, I'ma rain some money, big clouds. It'll make the seats of the drop so wet your ass won't even wanna sit down. On the bounce just like it inbound. Gucci bag so full of cash it must weigh 10 pounds and 10,000 sent down just to close the mouth on that big mouse. Bitch, I'll drown just to feed my clique. We all dogs, we hit our licks. And if you wanna hit her, take a pic of the litter. Don't be bitter. My new girl, she's sweet as fucking dark and tender. But the best part is her ass is bigger and more real than genders.